In this live martial arts class, you're going to discover best weapon for martial arts street fight could be the Japanese bow staff. Grab your bow and follow me. I'm gonna warm up with an overhand spin. Just got done cutting my hair in the bathroom. I'm all itchy, but at least my hair's not all fluffy sticking out. Maybe it looks good from a distance, I don't know. Start wearing a hat. Anyway, warm up with this basic hand over hand spin. Bring that to a stop and go the other way. The whole purpose of spinning the martial arts staff is to loosen the wrists, lubricate the joints, strengthen all of the fingers, the tendons, the muscles, the elbows, the shoulders, get everything properly prepared for the workout. This spin, this kind of spin, is not a fighting spin. It's a warm-up spin. You are gonna learn a fighting spin here in a minute. From here, bring that to a stop, which will lift it up and strike into and across, into and across your opponent. Think of stepping behind the weapon, point your thumb, create some distance, punch across, and then come down. So as you're warming up today, you're gonna point the thumb at your opponent, bring it in, punch that backhand through, and bring this down here. Thumb, punch, and down. Thumb, punch, and down. And then put it in the other hand, same thing. Point the thumb, grab it, come across here, and down at an angle. From here, 1 and 2. Now I want you to practice this spin, which is really a wrist roll. You're going over the back of the hand and into the other hand, back of the hand and in, just like that. And this is a fighting spin. This is a combat bow spin. The purpose of this combat spin is to get the hands in the opposite position. If I start with this staff and the left hand in front of my body between me and the threat, and then I point my thumb, it brings it up into that back hand, and I do that first warm-up strike that you just did from here to here. Then I need to switch to the other hand position if I want to do striking from this side, from the right side of my body. To get back, I go over here to this side. Now this hand is palm facing up. I have that downward strike across. I can jab in here. I can bring this backside up and continue to do a two-handed staff spin in this position. But then to get it back into the other position, I have to spin over the back of the hand. So this is where I want you to spend some time today in this workout. Increasing the speed, power, flexibility of your hands. What you're doing when you're coming this way is you are creating momentum, and then you're bringing it to a stop, pushing it back the other way. So you're gonna engage all those muscles in your forearm. You're gonna get stronger, faster this way. From one side to the next side. After you've done this for about 30 seconds, go back into your fighting position. Street combat, you're fighting from behind your weapon. So you pay attention, situational awareness, the first rule, first principle of self-defense. Number 2, get behind your weapon, get in a better position. Make yourself from a wide target to a small target. Put this hard, in this case, it's that combative.com aluminum staff. It's very hard, do a lot of damage. I had this on one of the bags and I ripped some holes in the bags. Brand new bags too, because this is so, not sharp, it's just strong. So if you want a good combat self-defense or street fight self-defense walking staff, that's what it is, right? A big long walking stick or walking staff. It's also a Japanese bow, Korean jangbong, whatever you want to call it. Put that between you and the opponent. Point your thumb at the threat. That brings it into that backhand. Got the camera a little high today. Staying still. I'm gonna bring it down. Don't get nauseous. There we go. That's better. So you're behind it. Point your thumb. Now you're in this self-protective, this defense stance, this fighting position, and you can thrust. Thrust. The idea is the stick, this part of the stick, when I point it at you, creates distance between me and the threat, and then I just stick it right through you. Maybe it's going through here, hit you here, and go a little bit lower. I can go all the way down to the floor if I want, but it's that pushing motion, that first spear. And notice that I turn the back hand palm up, and I turn the front hand palm over or palm down. So I'm going in, that gives me extra power. From here, in, and then that second one, or the first one actually that you learned today, across here, and then down hard at that angle. See how this is stopping over the top of that elbow and not into the ribs. You'll see some people, that's a different technique. That's that American karate four square kind of weird goofy thing that they do. I know I don't normally say such opinionated things, right? Anyway, I just don't think it's effective. I don't know why whoever came up with this. I know why. Because in their mind, they saw the Kobudo guys, those strong, powerful Japanese guys with the big oak staffs. And they were starting with that bow, and they're here, and they grab that staff, and then they start doing all that stuff. And this looks something like that downward strike. And that's correct if you just bring it a little bit lower, this way, spinning. But this, maybe that's an easy way to teach it, I don't know. Anyway, digress a lot today. From here, you're behind it, point your thumb, spear, punch, down at an angle, start over. From here, spear, punch, not that way, this way. Down this way, start over. From here, spear or thrust, backhand punch, angle strike, stopping here on that forearm. Same thing on the other side, point it, thrust, punch, angular strike. From here, thrust, punch, angular strike. 30 seconds on each side. Then I want you to start to work on your combat flow, your combat bow staff flow, which starts either side, doesn't matter. From this position, point your thumb. Think of these principles. Situation awareness, here comes the threat. Get behind your weapon, point your thumb at the threat. Take a breath. What are my targets? You're looking, you're thinking, what are my targets? Target maybe his face. That's that first thrust. And then his cheek, that's a second strike. And then his temple, that's that third strike. And then instead of starting over, use your combat spin. Get it in the other position. Do your thrust, strike, down, combat spin, thrust, strike, down, combat spin, thrust, strike, down, thrust, strike, down. Do this for the rest of your workout so you can get used to that combat spin and that thrust combination for fighting over and over. So whether it's another 30 seconds, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, don't go after a while. Once you get used to it, start moving faster, hitting harder. From here, 1, 2, 3, move with more intention. Self-defense is all about that intention, that commitment. You gotta go all in when you defend yourself. And think about your foot placement. When the left hand is in the front, doing that thrusting motion, put the left foot forward, thrust, punch, down, and then when you go into that other side, that's just when you're stepping up with one foot and back with the other one. Step with one foot and back with the other one. That keeps you in the same place so you can do this practice. From here, 1, 2, 3, stepping up, 1, 2, 3, over and over again. 1, 2, 3. Finish with that practice. Thank you for watching. I know it was a little disconnected. I think my hair is throwing me off watching myself. I'm not a barber, but I watched a lot of YouTube videos. Let me know in the comment section below. Have you resorted to cutting your own hair? Have you had to do that where you live? Or are you just letting it grow out? I thought about letting it grow out and then it gets so puffy. I had to cut my hair, so just got the little clippers. And from a distance, it doesn't look so bad. It's still a little long, so I gotta do something about that. I might just let that go for another week or so, hoping they open everything up. Thank you. Thanks for saying great stuff. Leave me comments if you have questions. This staff, they don't give me any money for anything. They send me some weapons every once in a while. They are sending me, this is exciting news. As soon as I get it, you're gonna see this. It's a expandable bow staff, right? So it's shorter, and then you move it out, and then it pops out, and you unscrew it in the middle, and then it's 2 collie sticks. So our next weapon that we're gonna get next week, I hope, it should be in the mail, is gonna be a two staffs, or 1 long staff, expandable, so it'll be short, and then you pop the sides out, and then it's as long as this, and then when you need to, you unscrew it, and then you're fighting with those 2 short sticks, 1 in each hand. Can't wait, I'm excited about that. It was either that, or they had a collie stick, and you unscrew it, and there's a big pike in the middle, like a big ice pick, stab through somebody. That's pretty cool too, but I like this idea of 2 legit weapons that you can carry on the street. If I unscrew that and I got this thing, I might go to jail for that. But this, you know, it's just a walking stick, right? This is your walking stick. And then I screw it apart, and then I can fight. I love having a weapon in each hand. Let me know in the comment section below what else you want to work on, what else you want to see. I'm going to be back in just a couple minutes because I just got in the mail from another martial arts supply store my Bokken. I finally have a Bokken, that Japanese sword. I've been thinking about using my hatchet. I've got a big, long sledgehammer, and I've got all these, got a bunch of sledgehammers. I use them for maces to build power in the shoulders. And then I also have some axes. So I take the axe off and use that axe handle for the Japanese wooden sword. But I ordered one instead. And then the other one is a really thick Joe staff. That's a shorter Japanese, based on this, but a little bit shorter. So I'm gonna be back. I'm hoping just do a real quick intro, show you how to get started if you haven't seen them already, if you haven't already worked out with them. So stay tuned if you wanna watch. I welcome you, thank you so much. And in any case, I will see you on the next video.